They were invisible, moving through homes and offices like shadows, cleaning, cooking, caring for children who weren't their own. And when people did notice them, they had one word: servants. In the 1980s and 90s, thousands of Filipino workers came to America seeking opportunity. Many had college degrees. Some had been accountants, teachers, engineers back home. But here, they were the help. Maria Santos was one of them. She arrived in 1992 with a degree in business administration. In Manila, she'd been an accountant. In America, she cleaned houses, 4 houses a day, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Between jobs, she'd sit in her car and eat rice she'd packed from home. Sometimes she'd fall asleep at red lights, exhausted. The first day at the Johnson residence, Mrs. Johnson didn't look at her, just pointed at the mop and said, "You know what to do, right? Your people are good at this. Your people." Like they were all the same. Like they were born holding mops. Servant. That was the word. The servants are here. Tell the servants to. Where are the servants? Never by name. Maria worked for the Johnsons for 3 years. Mrs. Johnson introduced her to friends as my girl. Maria was 32 years old, with a college degree. Maria's daughter Elena came home crying one day. She was 7. Another child had asked her, "Is your mum someone's servant?" That question changed everything. That night, Maria made a promise, not to her daughter, to herself. She was going to become their boss. Maria enrolled in night classes, business management, accounting, finance. She'd clean during the day, study in her car between jobs, then attend classes from 7 to 10 p.m. While she studied, her mother raised Eleanor. Maria would see her daughter for maybe an hour before bedtime. She'd kiss her goodnight, smelling like other people's homes. This was the cost no one talks about. She missed her daughter's childhood, so Eleanor wouldn't have to live her life. The breakthrough came quietly. Maria was cleaning the home office of a CEO, Mr. Peterson. He was on the phone, stressed about quarterly reports. The numbers weren't adding up. Maria saw the spreadsheet on his screen. She finished dusting and said, very quietly, "Sir, row 47 has the wrong formula. That's why your totals are off." He looked at her like she'd spoken another language, which, in a way, she had. She spoke his language. Business. He fixed it. The numbers balanced. He asked where she'd learned accounting. She told him she was an accountant in the Philippines. He asked, "What are you doing cleaning houses?" She answered, "Waiting for an opportunity." 3 weeks later, Mr. Peterson called. His company had an opening for an entry-level bookkeeper. She'd have to start at the bottom, prove herself. She said yes before he finished the sentence. From cleaning his house to working in his company. From $15 an hour to $35,000 a year. It felt like winning the lottery. But that's when the real work began. The other employees remembered her, the cleaning lady. Now she was their colleague. One woman wouldn't let her touch files, said she might misunderstand them. A man explained basic Excel functions to her like she was a child. The same spreadsheets she'd been using for years. The whispers followed her. Diversity hire. She must know someone. They're just trying to look inclusive. No one said. She earned it. She's qualified. She worked harder than any of us. Maria had to be perfect. Every report, every analysis, every presentation. One mistake, and it was proof she didn't belong. When her colleague Tom made a mistake, it was just a mistake. When Maria made one, it was evidence. Evidence that they were right about her all along. So she didn't make mistakes. She worked twice as hard, stayed twice as late, learned twice as fast. After 2 years, she was promoted to senior accountant. Tom, who'd been there for 5 years, didn't get it. He filed a complaint, said she was getting special treatment. Special treatment. That's what he called 70-hour weeks while raising a child alone. Senior accountant, accounting manager, finance director. Each promotion felt like climbing a mountain. Each time people questioned it. Each time she had to prove she belonged. But something changed along the way. She stopped trying to prove herself to them. She started proving it to herself. As VP of Finance, Maria led the company's Asia-Pacific expansion. Her cultural insight, once dismissed, became invaluable. The same man who'd explained Excel to her like she was stupid now reported to her. The first time he had to call her boss, the disbelief was written on his face. 15 years after starting as a bookkeeper, Maria Santos became CFO, Chief Financial Officer. The same company where she'd once been the entry-level hire everyone doubted. The same people who called her the help now asked her for help. The irony wasn't lost on her, but neither was the cost. Elena's childhood, first words, first day of school, recitals, birthdays. Maria missed most of them. She was building a career so her daughter wouldn't have to struggle. But what did Elena lose in the process? It's a question Maria still asks. Did she work that hard for her daughter, or to prove something to people who'd never see her as an equal? The answer, like most truths, is complicated. Maria isn't unique. There are thousands like her. Filipino workers who started as nannies, caregivers, janitors, service workers. Now they're nurses, managers, executives, business owners. Maria makes sure they remember. She mentors young Filipinas entering the workforce, tells them they're good enough, tells them to stop apologizing for their success, tells them the world will question them anyway, so the only opinion that matters is their own. Maria keeps that photo, the woman who cleaned Mr. Peterson's house. She needs to see what she became. When people see Maria now, they see a CFO. They see authority, power, success. They don't see the woman who cleaned their offices, but Maria sees her every single day, and she's proud of her because that woman never believed them. She knew what she was worth, even when no one else did. She knew she wasn't a servant. She was a leader, waiting for the world to catch up. They called her a servant, as if that defined her worth, as if that limited her potential. What they didn't understand was simple. Labels only stick if you accept them. Maria Santos was never a servant. Neither were the thousands of Filipino workers who came before and after her. They were always leaders, professionals, equals. It just took the world a little longer to realize it. The woman who once cleaned houses now runs a company. The people who called her the help now ask for hers. And the little girl who cried because her mother was called a servant. She grew up knowing her mother was anything but. They were never servants. They were always bosses. Some people just needed to be shown. Their journey from being underestimated to becoming irreplaceable continues to reshape American corporate culture. Thank you for watching. If you touch in our stories, kindly follow and like for our new upcoming stories that relates your feelings.